Hello and welcome into this week's edition of YITTY. It's yes, I'm talking to you. She is the pushy, demanding, and forcing me to work hard, Nina Blanco.
Wow, we just got stuff to do today. That's all. I'm just reminding you.
I'm sitting here trying to take a breath.
No.
We're live streaming on Twitch. We've got a couple friends in the Twitch chat who raised a bunch of money for charity. Shout out to Reese Cups. Go give them a follow. Raised a bunch of money for charity. And we're sitting here talking about it. And you're like, come on, let's go. Come on.
I mean, we got to do stuff. I mean, congrats to raising money on that charity. I mean, that is awesome.
For Boys and Girls Club. Very cool. Yeah, very cool.
But I'm also like, we gotta, let's go.
Well, so should we not take a second to point out that you got me in trouble with like everybody?
You know what? Good. Because last episode of YITTY that we put out on Monday, you told a story about a road rage incident. Dude pulls out a gun on you and you just did not give a damn. And that's not okay. And so who all did you get yelled at by?
I got yelled at by David. Our old podcast buddy. I got yelled at by Liz, who's our boss.
Yeah, you did.
I got yelled at by my mom. I got yelled at by, I don't know, there were a couple others.
Did your roommate say anything?
No, I mean he already knew.
He was like, whatever.
He wasn't like surprised. He didn't hear it for the first time on the podcast, but
yeah.
It really, I like the road rage thing. I know I have road rage. It doesn't really bother me that much that I do have road rage.
It bothers me. I hate it so much. I hate road rage. And for whatever reason, man, road rage in Colorado is different. Y'all get crazy around here.
Yeah. The thing that I was mad at myself for was that the guy had a gun. He didn't pull it on me, but he had a gun.
Well, he was showing off his holster.
Yeah. And he was like holding it in his hand in the holster.
Yeah.
And like, there was just no fear in me. There was zero fear in me.
I mean,
I was not afraid at all.
Whatever. But like, don't get to the point with stupid road rage where it's like that. And people are crazy around here. It's not necessary.
I mean, people are crazy. But part of me was like, he's not actually going to use it. And
it didn't matter.
And part of me was like, even if he did, he can't hit me. I'm way too far away.
It didn't matter. It's straight bullets.
If you hadn't heard the story, go back and listen to the last episode of YITTY.
Yeah.
I'll break down the whole road rage incident and
my shock and awe.
She was really mad.
Why I got you in trouble with everyone.
She was really mad.
With everyone.
I didn't expect you to be so mad.
I was so mad.
I know. I expected you to be a little bit disappointed, but I didn't expect you to be.
I don't care, whatever. But like, I care, motherfucker. I care. All right?
I mean,
that's why I was mad.
I'm like, that's sweet of you.
I'm mad because I love you. Okay.
Oh my God,
that's
you said it.
I just said it.
Oh my God. All right, so we start off with you, me, and we, where each of us complain about something, and then we complain about something together. So, Nina, kick us off. What do you want to complain about?
I'm complaining about the breeders. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not supposed to call people that. I'm not supposed to call people breeders. It's parents, people who have children. They're the breeders.
Oh.
I am choosing not to have children ever in my life, and so it's just this like weird little thing. And people can have opinions about me not having kids. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Whatever. I have my reasons, and then for everyone else who keeps popping out babies, maybe you should just think about it, and maybe you shouldn't be popping out babies.
Why are you? Yeah, like what's prompting this?
Because in Pennsylvania, I don't know who the parents are. Some parents decided to take their baby, no more than a year old. I don't know how old this baby is, but there's video, and this is a baby, not a toddler. This is a baby. They took their baby to the Celebrate Erie Fest in Pennsylvania, some festival, and Flo Rida was performing, and these parents were like, I'm gonna let my baby crowd surf without the parents there the parents just like put the baby out, and the crowd was picking up the baby and moving the baby closer and closer to the stage, to the point where freaking Flo Rida, who is performing, picks up the baby, lifts it up Lion King style on the stage, and then just has some random baby. Where are the parents? Many rows back. I don't know. But people were letting their baby crowd surf at a festival. And those are the kind of people that I'm like, maybe you just shouldn't have a baby. Maybe.
I agree with you. I don't know why this is prompting you to be mad I'm not even going to say it, at
Breeders.
parents. Yeah, I'm not going there. But here's what I will say. What frustrates me about the people who have kids is like,
it's just not everyone should have a kid.
How do I say this nicely?
I don't know.
Your friend who got some girl pregnant in high school, was he the smart one? Or was he kind of a dummy?
I mean, they're usually dummies, right?
Normally they make poor decisions. Like people who have kids when you get older and, you know, I don't care if you're a single parent or you're married or
if
whatever.
If you're older and you're choosing to have a child, and you've probably thought about it a little bit and
can
prepared.
Support the kid and like all that stuff, fine. But what happens a lot of the time is like people get knocked up and then have babies. And it's
There's
like,
a lot of babies in this world.
Right. And it's like, why are we letting the stupid people breed more? Shouldn't it be the opposite? Shouldn't it be shouldn't we be like selecting smarter people to be like, you have an IQ of 175 or whatever it is. Like, please have a child. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I saw this news story. I saw the video and I was like, when I was looking at the video and it was a TMZ thing, I'm like, well, maybe at the very least the parent was with the baby and they were crowd surfing and the parent and then the baby was with them. No, just the baby by itself being handed off stranger by stranger by stranger to the front of this concert, which by the way, again, this is a baby and concerts are loud. You're supposed to have, if you're taking your kid to a concert, like the protective earring, nothing. Can
we just say though, solid move by Flo Rida?
Yeah, Lion King
just solid move by Flo Rida. Like pick up the baby and just show it to the world and then get it to some kind of security guard or something and you're done.
I guess. And then at
how much safer was the baby in Flo Rida's hands than in his parents' hands? Let's be honest.
And that's the point right there, unfortunately.
Right. You, me, and we're moving on. I want to complain about the PlayStation Portal. Have you seen this?
No.
It's a brand new, like they're trying to make a Switch for PlayStation, essentially. Okay. It's got a couple like little handles on it and stuff like that. And I just, with everything in tech and everything that like happens in the world nowadays, stop trying to be other people. Like,
what do you mean?
Like PlayStation is the dominant gaming console.
Yeah.
They have a way that you can sign into your PlayStation and play it on your phone. Why do you need a portable PlayStation that has these really ugly like handles on it that is clearly going to break in your backpack or like as you're driving around or whatever?
You mean like, why are they trying to be like the Wii thing?
Yeah. Why are you trying to do what Nintendo like let Nintendo do the Switch and just be PlayStation?
Did you forget that in the 2000s that PlayStation did this before?
I know they did.
They had a portable,
PSP.
the PSP,
yeah. Stop.
Why?
Because you are the dominant game, and this is true for like everything. Like this, oh man,
if you want to go on the road.
Your Facebook has added stories and reels, and your Instagram has added reels and stories.
I can't tell you how much I fucking hate Facebook now. It's
but that's what
so
I'm saying.
Irritating.
Like stop trying to be everybody else.
Yeah. You don't need to have everything be your own.
Yes.
Okay.
Like every time a social media platform comes along that is good, right? TikTok came along, Snapchat came along. And so what they tried to do is like they tried to quote unquote evolve and change what the social media app that you had. Don't stop trying to change. We all came to you because we liked what you were to start off with.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that 15-year-olds don't think you're cool because their parents are on the app, but like that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not Facebook. Like more 15-year-olds were like, oh, I'm going to join Facebook now because they have stories. Like, come on. It's so stupid. Like, just do what you do.
So true.
And do it well.
So true.
Be who you are.
But I don't have a problem with PlayStation doing this though, because they did it before. And sometimes you're going on the road, or if you're flying somewhere, then play a PlayStation.
Have you seen the picture of this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's like a bat wing. Like it
does look like a bat.
It's got the two handles of the like PlayStation controller that's just like sandwiched around a monitor. And I don't know, it frustrates me because everybody tries to do what everybody else is doing. Like one person is successful and they're like, oh, I'm going to do the exact same thing. And don't get me wrong, it'll probably be successful. They'll probably make lots of money off of it. It's only
That's the point though.
It's only $199 and
if
switches are like $300.
Be
but I hate it.
Okay.
I hate the Batwing. All right, you, me, and we. Moving on to what we want to complain about, which, it just seems like common sense. Do you want to do the story here? This was kind of your baby. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just real irritating that schools, this is 2023. Our planet is heating up. It's been heating up. Colorado, we are dry. We get really warm in the summertime. And when school starts, this happens year after year after year when school starts around here, is parents, students, teachers, schools complain about the lack of AC in some of our schools. And it's like, how do we not have air conditioning yet in all of our schools? So just the other day, on Tuesday, yesterday, a bunch of schools were released early. Classes were canceled because classrooms are heating up to like over 90 degrees just sitting there in the classroom. Kids can't focus with that.
Yeah.
That's not happening. So 14 schools were released yesterday, and another 17 schools have early release today, Wednesday, because of the heat, because they don't have air conditioning yet.
Now listen, I understand it's only a certain portion of the year, right? Like it's like the first month of the school year,
but schools
and the last month of the school year.
They still do like summer school and stuff goes on in the summertime too around schools, don't it?
But do they put those in the new buildings that have air conditioning? Because really the problem with these DPS schools is that it's these older, all brick buildings that are just like hot boxes that don't have AC in them. And to retrofit them for AC would be millions of dollars.
Well,
and
I kind of need it though.
Okay, but do we just rebuild some schools? You know what I mean?
That's going to cost even more than putting in some air conditioning.
But it's one of those things where and every adult hits this thing, do you pay to fix the car? Or do you go buy a new one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it cheaper to pay to fix the car? Yeah. But long term, are you better off just buying a new one? Probably.
You know what I
mean?
I will say, I guess it was in 2020, it was a voter approved bond is going to fund the installation of air conditioning.
Okay, I thought I voted on this. Okay,
yes,
go ahead.
So we did vote on this in 2020, but they're just not in all the schools yet. And some of the schools have portable in each classroom an air conditioning unit.
Sure.
But that can only do so much. It really doesn't work all that much.
30 bodies in there, you know what I mean? That's barely going to do anything.
Exactly. So it's it's technically, we voted on it already. It's technically funded, but I don't know why it's taking so long to do it. Because again, we voted on it in 2020. It's 3 years later. Just get the AC
government
in the
is slow and inefficient? Hold my beer while I'm shocked.
Who would have thought?
I never would have guessed it.
It's just weird and crazy, and I guess the students might be happy because they're getting early release or classes canceled or whatever, but it's aggravating for all of the teachers. They get behind in their curriculum. Then at the end of the school year, sometimes they have to add, days to make up and blah, 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 and then it just creates a big kerfuffle.
Yeah, I mean, well, not only that, but then are they doing I don't know, work from home? Do they have to go home and get on laptops and do
That's a great question. I don't know the
distance
answer to that.
Learning or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that would suck too.
Yeah. And a lot of students didn't like that when we had to do it in 2020 with COVID. Awful. Some students loved it. A lot of students did not like it.
We had to do it, but it was awful.
It was terrible. It really was. So just give the kids some freaking AC. It's already funded. What's the holdup? Just do it already.
All right. So moving on to good news, and this kind of relates. It's at least in terms of the budget of Denver, because I don't know. Let's just go into the story. So we like to do a good news story midway through our podcast here because, we do a lot of complaining. So we like to bring good news.
A lot of negativity.
One of the good news stories that I liked today was that the Denver mayor's $7 million request for tiny homes is getting closer to approval. So we had already talked on the podcast about how he bought a hotel and is retrofitting it to house people, get them off the streets, give them a place to live. Yep. And we talked about how important it is for them to be able to take a shower. have somewhere that they can leave their stuff if they go on something like, a job interview.
A job interview.
You know what I mean? Or when they go to work itself.
Right.
Right? Like if they just have to leave their stuff on the side of the street, they're not going to have stuff anymore.
Right.
So these people, if any of them do want a hand up, this is a great way to do it. So he's trying to move 1,000 people off the streets by the end of the year. Part of that is purchasing 200 tiny home units, which will cost about $7 million.
Woo.
Yeah. So this is why I kind of wanted to bring it up while we were talking about the AC in the schools.
Yeah.
It's like the money only splits so many ways. Yeah. And it's hard for me because I think these are both good ideas, valid ideas, things that should happen. But I know, I voted for the AC bond in 2020.
Sure.
But I know how hard it is to convince people to pay more taxes so we can give money to not you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is the hard part.
But how bad has downtown been in recent years?
And then people are only complaining about it.
Right. And these people need a hand. They're living on our streets. And I know some people will say that hand doesn't have to come from us and blah, blah, blah. But if
where
not,
else
then,
is it coming from?
Then you better stop complaining about it. One thing I want to point out. So these tiny homes they've done in more than 80 cities across the country.
Yeah.
They include beds, desks, electrical panels, heat, air conditioning, windows, and most importantly, a locking door.
Yeah.
And we just talked about, when we talked about the hotel, you got to keep an eye on what's happening inside those locked doors.
Definitely.
But for their stuff, if they really are trying to go get a job, trying to better their life, trying to get out, I think it's a worthy cause. So I'm happy that they're moving forward for this. I hope, if he can get 1,000 people off the streat.
Yeah. That's
in
incredible.
his first year.
That's going to make a huge dent.
Yeah, it'll make a difference. No doubt.
So how many tiny houses again that they were going to do?
So this is 200 units.
200. Okay.
And then do you remember how many the hotel was?
Oh, I don't.
The hotel was another 200 or 300.
Yeah. It was
so
a lot.
that's half of his. It's going to be close, but that's about half of his goal.
His promise
and
there,
that's
and
that's
it's
assuming
gonna be
that you
families.
can't.
A lot of these too are going to be able to house more than just one person,
Right.
even in these tiny homes. Yes, they're tiny homes, but if it's two people or it's two people with a kid, maybe two kids. I don't know how many people you can fit in these tiny homes. Of course, there's going to be limitations, but most of the time it's for more than one person.
Yeah, but even if it's just a tiny home, even if it's for 4 people, if it's got AC, then
Great.
fine. You know what I mean?
Great.
They'll be,
Yeah.
I think they would be thrilled. So
Most definitely.
So I hope that works out for him. All right. So now as we close out YITTY for this week, we do the whack ass of the week. And once again, Nina hasn't told me what it is. So go ahead, Nina, name your whack ass of the week.
Do you remember Billy McFarland? Do you know who that is?
Fire Festival guy? Yeah. Oh my God.
one.
No, why is he back in my life? Tell me he's not.
He is back. He is officially selling tickets for Fyre Fest 2.
Oh my God.
The first round of tickets has already sold out. It sold out in minutes. And here's the thing. He didn't even release a date, an official location, 0 headliners for this festival, but people bought tickets anyway. So our whack ass of the week is Billy McFarland for trying this round 2, but also everyone who bought tickets.
Yeah, no, he's so smart. They did.
He actually is. He's pretty smart.
God.
It's good on him.
Yeah,
for real.
They did. Listen, he didn't. If he didn't announce a single thing and people bought tickets. Now, granted, he probably sold 20 tickets and said, "Oh, the first round of tickets is sold out." But if he got $1,000 from people,
they were $500 each.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I meant
$1,000 total, not per ticket.
It was per ticket.
Oh my
$500
God,
per ticket. And then tickets are now reselling for $8,000 that first round of tickets, and people are buying them.
I would go down there. The only way I would go down there, I would do it just to see if it was as big of a disaster as it was the last time.
Well,
but only if I was rich enough that I had a yacht. You know what I mean?
And, to stay.
Yeah, I'm staying on the yacht, but let's see what happens.
Not in your tents.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna put myself on blast here a little bit because when I found out about this yesterday,
you did not try to buy tickets.
I didn't try because they were already sold out. But I was like, man, I kind of want to go.
See,
I want to go.
Every influencer on the planet is like, I have to be there so I can hashtag FiredFest2.
I know. Like, I low-key really actually want to go. But yeah, no
I low-key
date.
hate you. What are you talking
Whatever,
about? I really want to go.
You already hate me. What's new? It's all right. But it's going to be sometime at the end of the year. Didn't even give a date. I think maybe in December. Like, literally didn't give a date. Somewhere in the Caribbean is all it says. Like, not even a specific place.
Nina.
And so Billy McFarland.
Nina, you do not, you would die. You would die down there.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be all right. I could figure it out. I'm scrappy. I'd be fine. Please.
Did you see the Lord of the Flies that thing turned into? Did you watch what actually happened down there?
Yeah, but it was all a bunch of snooty rich people. They're like, oh my God, what is this cheese sandwich? I can't even digest this. I'm gluten free. I'd be fine.
People started with
stealing.
Yeah, and hoarding stuff in their little
I don't have
tent that was
anything
working.
Valuable anyway, so it's
They couldn't get flights off the freaking island. There was no booze left. There's no food.
So he's actually going to be working with Andy King. Did you watch the Firefest documentary?
Is that the blowjob guy?
Yeah. The blowjob guy is back. He's going to be with him.
He's got to be part of it, though. If you're Billy, right? If you're going to make this.
Literally, Billy
he's
said.
Just playing you guys like a fiddle.
I know. He totally is. He's hitting all the points, though, but that's why he's actually low-key smart on all of this.
No,
he's a smart businessman.
I hate him.
He's doing what he needs to do.
Credit, even though I did 15 minutes ago.
Billy and Andy King said that they're going to be making grilled cheese sandwiches because of those cheese sandwiches that viral photo.
They're gonna sell them for $20 a pop.
Probably 25 a pop, baby. Billy also did say, and I don't know, this part is a little bit humiliating, is that all of his backers and people who are funding this festival, which it's wild that he was able to do that, but he was able to do that. Billy has a much smaller role in planning out this festival. It is not up to Billy. They made him, forced him, required him.
Sure, they just want to
hire
use his
people.
name.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So I'm thinking Firefest 2 might actually be successful because someone else is planning it.
Listen, you and I do event planning for a living.
I know, it's tough. You have to really think about everything.
And to do it on an island, it's it's a whole different ball game. Yeah. So whoever he got better be Live Freaking Nation or something like that. Because otherwise, I still don't believe it's happening.
Oh my God.
I still do not believe it.
He's officially selling tickets, and he went to jail for fraud once before, so he'll go to jail again if he doesn't put on something. How long was he in jail for? I think it was 6 months.
That's it?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, the end of that documentary made it sound like he was going to go to jail for years.
Maybe he went for a couple years. Let me check. Give me a second.
We're going to see. This is the feed the trolls thing. I get into this in sports talk all the time.
He was sentenced to 6 years, but I don't think he did the full 6 years.
There's no way, because that was 2017, right? 2018, something like that.
2018, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. 19, 20, 21, 2, 3.
It's 23, so it would be 5 years. So maybe he got out just a little bit early.
Oh, he did 4 years of his 6-year sentence, and then he's followed by 3 years of supervised release.
Are they supervising this?
I don't know.
You better start.
Probably, but again, that's why he's not he's not planning it all. He's just putting his name on it.
I get into this in sports talk radio a lot.
What?
There are people who are just baiting you.
Yeah.
They are just gaslighting you.
But if they're able to make some money off of you.
They make a ton of money off of it.
Hey, welcome to America, baby.
There are people who purposely give sports takes they don't believe in just to get you to click on it, so they make millions of dollars on contracts because they generate a whole bunch of clicks and have a whole bunch of followers and all this stuff. And they don't care if you hate them or not.
Nope.
And so what I say all the time is, don't feed the trolls. They will die if you don't feed them.
Eventually.
Don't feed the trolls. And I'm going to say the same thing with these dumb influencers who have already bought tickets to go down to Firefest 2.
I really want to buy tickets.
Don't feed the trolls, Nina.
But the FOMO.
Don't look up the hashtag. Don't like their tweets. Don't like their photos on Instagram.
If I don't get to go, I'm at least going to watch the live stream.
No. Don't feed the trolls.
I want to go. Firefest 2. Get me a ticket. Let's go now. Come on. It'll be fun.
There's no way in hell I'm going. You can't get me to go to Ball Arena first. You think you're going to get me to go to the Caribbean?
True. So you're not coming with me. That's fine.
Listen, it would have to take a girlfriend of epic proportion to get me to actually go to Firefest. Like, she would have to be
like literally Ariana Grande.
I was like, yeah, who's the most influencer you can think of? Right. That's the one that it would take.
By the way, Ariana Grande used to be your girl. Can we talk about her for a second?
Sure. Bonus segment?
Yeah, bonus whack ass of the week.
Whoa, whack ass? What did she do?
Have you not been following this whole SpongeBob fiasco?
No.
Oh my God.
The last I heard about her, she was divorcing, what's his name?
Yeah. So you know nothing about her new relationship?
No.
Oh my God.
No, that was Natalie. No. Oh yeah. She wasn't she dating a guy she worked with on something?
Okay. So she's doing Wicked.
He was separated and then just barely got divorced, like right as they.
So
I heard this.
So she's working on the set of Wicked. Her new boyfriend he played the SpongeBob character in SpongeBob the Musical. His name is Ethan Slater. He's the fuggliest freaking guy ever.
Wow.
Like, I'm sorry. It is what it fucking is. Like, for him, the fact that he was able to score not only his wife, ex-wife, who is gorgeous herself, but like Ariana fucking Grande, and like this dude, like it's just a fucking joke. And it's like, Ari, baby girl, you must be really taking your own divorce pretty hard for that's the rebound. I mean, Jesus.
I was gonna say it was just convenient at the time.
Oh my God.
Was shooting Wicked, and she was like, let's get dirty. Yes. You know what I mean?
But I don't know. I'm gonna kind of label her.
She literally has a song called "Thank You Next." Like, do you think that she's gonna marry SpongeBob? Like,
no, absolutely not. But I am gonna label her as the whack ass a little bit.
No, you can't.
Listen.
I refuse to accept this.
You don't even know this part of it. She was hanging out with Ethan, her new boyfriend, and his ex-wife while they were still together, before they were separating, before they were divorcing. Ariana Grande was hanging out with them and their baby. Oh, ha, ha, ha. We're friendly, blah, blah, blah. I'm just friends with your husband. Meanwhile, she was banging him behind her back.
How do you know they were banging?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. That is very unconfirmed, but just like, fucking think about it for a second.
I mean,
what do you think happened?
That's how they met.
What do you think happened?
That's how they met and
happened.
But
she's hanging out with the ex-wife before she was the ex-wife. That's messed up. That's messed up.
Called a homewrecker.
Yes.
Okay.
That's messed up.
I mean, Ari can do whatever she wants.
Oh my God. You're such a dick. I knew that's how it was going to go.
I mean, listen, he left his wife for her. Like, who do you really going to blame her?
And now that he left.
Are you really going to blame her?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's just not cool. She's not being a girl's girl. It's just not cool that she did that to the woman who she just gave birth. This baby is a baby.
If it was a man that like we were talking about, you'd be like, no, it's his fault. Blah, blah, blah,
it's
blah.
It's all of them. It's Ari and Ethan for sure. They're both slimy in this situation.
The dude is slimy. Fine.
But Ari isn't.
It doesn't. I mean, she met a guy and started sleeping with him.
After hanging out with his fucking wife and baby, infant child that he just had. That's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool. Say it.
She can do whatever she wants.
It.
She can
God,
do whatever
I hate
you. She can do whatever she wants to me. I don't care.
Whatever.
Ruin my life, please.
Anyway, please.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this edition of YITTY. You can find her on all the social medias at the Nina Blanco.
And you could find him at Rob T Radio.
Thanks for listening to this week's edition of YITTY.